Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to bring you guys along on kind of like a vlog style video. I'm thinking of making this video kind of based on like how to get books for cheap or for free. Like I have some options and some ideas to give you guys on how you can actually read for free and get books for free if you're addicted to books like me and you're always wanting new ones but you don't have like an unlimited budget for books. A lot of people don't. And I know that can discourage some people, like not being able to buy like the brand new releases, because hardcover books, especially new hardcover books, are expensive. So I'm going to give you guys the way that I look for books for affordable prices and some for free actually as well. So I'm going to be talking about those today while I bring you along just throughout my day. Today I'm actually not book related, stopping at Plato's Closet, which is just local in my area, like a secondhand clothing store. I'm going to drop off some clothes and look to see if I find anything. Another reason why I really recommend shopping secondhand is it's better for the environment, like you're recycling as well, and so you're giving that book a more extended life. And I just think it's so cool to, like, especially if somebody's made notes in their book, you get to see like what the person before you enjoyed about it. And there's just something about like having a really worn book that I love. Like you can tell the book's been loved. That may sound cheesy, but that's just kind of how I feel about it. I think that like you can definitely tell like if a book has been enjoyed, and I love that about shopping secondhand. And if I can buy a book for $1 versus $20, like I'm definitely gonna do that instead, as I'm sure most people would. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit today and show you guys like what I find if I find anything. Yeah, and I might talk about what I've been reading lately. I plan on doing a wrap-up video soon with a lot of the books that I've enjoyed recently. I just haven't really had time to sit down and do that. And today I figured since I actually did my makeup, I would go ahead and film my day. It's a rarity these days where I actually do put on makeup, just because, you know, you're wearing a mask majority of the day, so I don't really see a lot of a point, unless it's just like eyes and above, which I do love my eyeshadow today. I like the brown and the orange that I kind of did. Obviously I am going to be wearing a mask today, so throughout the day my makeup might get a little messed up, but hey, it is what it is. I just really wanted to get on here because it's been a while since I've made a video. So I hope you enjoy. Stick around and see how you can save money and still read and get new books. Okay, so I just left Ollie's Bargain Outlet, which I showed you guys some clips of. This is my first time going in there, and I looked it up to see, and it is actually a chain. So I don't know if you would necessarily have one in your area, but I did not realize that they sold books, and they sell them for pretty cheap. So that is actually a really big recommendation I have, is checking out like your local like bargain places. I think it's the kind of place that has like excess like inventory from other stores and like blowout sales and stuff like that. I don't know, like a similar place like TJ Maxx and Ross's, where they essentially sell other people's inventory for cheaper. But I got one book from there. I really wanted to get a couple more, but I didn't want to go and overdo it because I might get some more on the other places that I go. So I'm trying to balance my buying. But I got this one. I always forget how to pronounce her name, but Elian Moritary, 9 Perfect Strangers. Originally, wow, it says their price $28.99. I don't know if that's right, but definitely it's a hardcover and it's brand new, so it definitely would at least be like $15 to $20 normally, and I got it for $3.99. So I'm really excited to read this. It sounds really interesting. I read Big Little Lies by her, and I really enjoyed it, and I've heard good things about this one, so I'm excited about that. Also, I wanted to make sure it didn't come off wrong, because I definitely do also buy brand new books as well. It's not like I only buy secondhand. If there's a book I'm excited about that's coming out, I'm gonna buy it brand new. So I'm not like against buying new books. It's just, I see if you can save money, you might as well. So that's why I wanted to give you guys these tips. Okay, so I'm here at Second and Charles, and they actually have a whole free book section where you can go through, like, people just drop off their books here, or you can actually sell your books here, and so ones that they don't take, sometimes people will put them in the free bin, and sometimes you can find pretty good books here. So I just wanted to show you guys this. This is a way, like, it's completely free, so sometimes there's not great ones, but sometimes there are good options. Okay, so I think the reason these are in the free bin is because they're ARCs, or like advanced copies. So this I've heard a lot of good things about. So I'm gonna pick this up because literally it's free. So like, I'm really excited about this one. This one as well I've seen a lot about. And then also this is like a historical fiction. And there's a couple more, but I don't know if I need all of them. Okay, so my number one recommendation for getting books for cheap is to go to a thrift store. Yes, most thrift stores have a book section. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of time to go to a lot today, but I went to one that I'll insert some clips of. This is a Salvation Army. I found a lot of really good books. I actually didn't pick any up at this place just because the ones that I did find, I wasn't sure if I wanted, but I wanted to show you guys examples of like what you can get at a thrift store. So yes, most of the thrift stores in my area, they charge $1 for paperbacks and then $2 for hardbacks. So super affordable, and you can find really great books in really good condition at thrift stores. I did get this cute shirt for literally 50 cents. So also, like, you can't really see it. It's just a plain greenish color with a pocket, and it's like a little cropped. 50 cents. So that's great. So I love shopping just like for clothes there as well. They're not gross, they're not dirty. Obviously wash your stuff and disinfect your stuff before you use it or wear it, of course. But yeah, I highly recommend checking out your local thrift stores and checking out the books that they have there as well. I wish I had time to go more today, but I don't. This might be the last place I stop before I end this video. So I figured I'd show, oh hello, the last like haul of everything that I got today. Lilo wanted to make an appearance as always, but I ended up getting 4 books, some random spices that were super cheap at Ollie's, and then this cute shirt from the thrift store. So here is the first book, Catherine House. I've showed these earlier when I was finding them, but this looks really interesting. It's about like a elite university, and I like this kind of trope, like a school trope. Sounds like there is some like darkness to it, which sounds really cool. And I've heard good things about this. Again, I mentioned this earlier, but I think these were in, by the way, this one, I mentioned this earlier, but I'm still shocked. This one and this one were all free, like totally free. Found them in the free bin. Every Second and Charles has a free bin. Again, it's pretty random, like what is in there. So, I mean, it's not always gonna be great, but these are all in great condition, like literally perfect. Maybe they like had just gotten put in there. So yeah, these 3 books, they're all ARCs. I believe they're all out at this point though, except this one's not out yet. And I got this one at Ollie's, which I showed you already. and that was $4. So in total today, I spent $8 and got all of this. So I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah. One more thing I wanted to mention before I go, and this is not sponsored, but I definitely would if they offered, because I love them so much. But one way to get free books, free audiobooks, is to use the app Libby. That's the app that I use for audiobooks. There's several options. Overdrive is another one that's good, but Libby does audiobooks and then ebooks, which you can just read in the app. But I used to not be a big audiobook fan. I don't remember if I've talked about it on here, but it just makes it so much easier, to read. Like if you have a full-time job or if you don't have a lot of time, you can still get the content, but just through an audiobook. And typically it's a really good experience, especially if it's narrated well. Like I just got finished listening to My Dark Vanessa, which by the way is a fantastic book. I posted like a mini review on my Bookstagram. So if you're not following me, I'll leave my handle on the screen. I would love if you would join me over there. But I loved it. There are a lot of trigger warnings, so be careful before you go and read it. It talks about sexual assault and rape in pretty graphic detail. So I would just be aware of that. But it's fantastic because it talks a lot about like coercion and manipulation of young like girls, and follows Vanessa through her story, and overcoming her PTSD and unpacking her trauma and all that jazz. So it's definitely intense, so just be aware of that, but it's very good. But the reason I bring it up is because I listened to it on Libby for completely free, as long as you have a library card, and you can get access to your local libraries through the app. You just enter in like your library card information. And I believe in most places it is free, like I said, and you can actually apply online for your library card. So I never actually even went into the library. I did it all online, got my number and inputted it into the app. And I didn't know that was a thing until I think it's been about a year now. But that is definitely something that you can do if you're wanting to, like, I listen to books in the car. I listen to them like when I'm doing tasks at work sometimes, depending on if I have the availability to do that. Highly recommend audiobooks. I definitely enjoy like holding the physical book more, but that's not always the easiest thing to do when you're busy. So yeah, I definitely recommend that. That's my top recommendation for completely free books. And you know, of course, since it works like a library, if something is, you place hold, so something's not available, you get put on the wait list for that book. But there's a lot of availability depending on what library you have. So yeah, definitely check that out. And I'm so thankful that you came and watched my video. I hope you stick around, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.